when Bitcoin crashes. Shukri, you joining?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cheers, mate. They say that when Bitcoin crashes, the altcoins rally. Bitcoin at the moment popped down below the $50,000 level, about 49,500 as we speak. What are your thoughts on crypto markets? What's going on?
Hey, it's very interesting because there are two things that are happening behind the background. The first one is tax. So I'm curious. I have to ask Gordon more questions tomorrow about the 14th, because now I'm even confused. Will there be more tax selling on 14th? Of course. So we lost the 100. We lost the 50 moving average support. Was supported by this 100. But take note. In the previous rallies, it takes 12 days before it can return to the 50. So my thing is, even if it rebounds, I think it's going to be rejected here again because we are coming up against the 14th. So, you know, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, even if it rebounds. The 12 days will be like May 1st. So watch around for that day. I don't think it goes beyond that. But other than this, on Bitcoin, what's happening is the news came out today. The New York Stock Exchange is filing for Valkyrie Bitcoin ETF to be listed. So we've seen a lot in Canada. We have not seen in the US. So that could bring up Bitcoin. But again, as I said, this tax thing is just something that is too big to ignore. But look at this, Paul, look at this. Now, we talked about Solana last week when it was at 30, right? And then it went down, it dumped, and then it goes up again. Now, this is telling you something. And this chart is also telling you something. This is Ethereum against Bitcoin. So you see the second liners, which is the Ethereum, the Solanas of the world, are actually pumping up. And if not for that Biden news, Ethereum, I think, would be close to 3,000, which is its first target now. So I see more on Ethereum now. There's something called EIP 1559 that kind of was in the news last week. And not a lot of people know this. Guys, Bitcoin is fixed supply. Fine, it will go up, right? Now, Ethereum is not fixed supply. Ethereum has inflation of over 6%, but the EIP 1559 will actually make it fixed supply. So that is the thing that people were expecting to bring it up to 3,000. So I'll be a buyer anytime on a dip to around 2,000. I just buy it there. And that's really the bullish news here.
With Ethereum, quite often when you're doing new coin launches and those kind of things, you've got to own Ethereum to pay the fee to get into the deal.
Correct.
A lot of people at the moment are trying to get into those high reward IDOs. They've got to have Ethereum. If you don't have Ethereum, you can't play the game, right?
Yes, and here's the deal, Paul. Why is the things like Solana and others like that going up? Because they are going to be their own thing like Ethereum. So next time, if you want to buy an IDO in the Solana ecosystem, I think that's not, you have to buy Solana now. So if you look at the Bitcoins, they are generally going up. Like what was Julian was mentioning, Neo, same thing. The big guys, not necessarily Bitcoin. Bitcoin's only about ETF and taxes nowadays.
So what we're saying, Shukri, I know you've got this Crypto Saturn now. You've got a group of maybe a dozen guys who are working together. Yeah. Most of you working, you know, to keep up with all of these new, what do you call it, infrastructures, these new ways. This is becoming full-time work, right? If you want to make a full-time salary from Bitcoin, which you guys are doing more than, you've actually got to start and get it. This is not a small retail play anymore. This is get a team together, get skilled, because that's where the money lies, right? You got to get the right people.
Correct. And here's where the money lies, really, like you said, Paul. See, imagine one day Solana becomes like Ethereum. It's going to become just as complex, but still now new. So if we little guys get in here, we make the money first. Isn't that what happened? We made the money first, and then the big guys came in, same play. And there's going to be many of these. You know, there's going to be so many of these. That's why we are also looking at the best way on how to take advantage of this.
So I'm not quite sure what the message from Simon says, Soul Starter, hashtag SOS. I'm not quite sure what that is, but
Correct.
So what you're really saying here is you think Solana becomes a one of these ones where we might be able to get in early, get some money, and it's $40 now, maybe $2,000 or $3,000 in the future. It's going to become a major coin over some period of time for yours. But I've got to believe, I've got no idea what Solana is, but that chart, you certainly look at that chart and you think that it's in pretty good territory, right?
Oh yeah. So now I think it's time to look beyond Bitcoin. And in fact, I think Simon has been doing this. Like when you sell for profit, you don't want to sell into US dollars. You want to sell into things like Ethereum. You want to sell into things like Solana because you know they can go up. And in Bitcoin is like gold. Just keep it.
Yep. No, I've got a bit of a tucked away. I'm not planning on letting it go very soon. Anything else before we wrap it up, Shukri?
Yeah, that's it. And join me tomorrow in Gordon's show because I have a lot of questions for him. So
mate, the changes that Biden will bring, they won't affect this cycle in the stock markets. They'll affect the next cycle in the stock markets. But he's not going after the stock markets, guys. Biden is going after you. He's trying to get these Bitcoin millionaires and he's trying to get some tax out of them. He's trying to get these crypto millionaires and he's trying to get some money out of them. And honestly, good on him, right? It's a fair call as long as it's a consistent tax. That's why the $1 million threshold. All these guys making millions out of crypto are about to be out in the US. I'll tell you what, mate. If I was you, I'd stay with it. Paul.
Yeah,
I would not be moving to the
Korea. You know what happened in Korea? They took away some of the cryptos for people who didn't pay the tax. So just be nice, okay?
Cheers, Shukri. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Always good to have your thoughts on the crypto market, mate. Do appreciate it. Your show tomorrow night and Wednesday night, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Is that right, for your show time?
7:45 and 8 p.m.
7:45 Monday, 8 o'clock on Wednesday, I think it is. Do make sure you come back and catch Shukri for some information on the